Right, so good afternoon, everyone. It's that Friday again, my principal's pitch, and we've once again lots of rain over the last couple of days. As you feel summer's coming, then all of a sudden we kind of shift back to this very wet weather, and maybe not quite the temperatures we're expecting, but long may that continue. We're going to have the summer on its way soon enough, aren't we? I just want to start off today talking a little bit about legacy. We celebrated last Friday our long service awards, and we celebrate staff who've done 5, 10, 15, 20. This year we went up to 25, sort of in 5-year increments. And it's great to recognise staff who've given time, service and commitment. But beyond that, schools are all about creating legacies for students and student legacies, as well as staff and staff legacies. And those legacies and relationships and tenure bring with it history and tradition, which is kind of carried through both students and staff and passed on to kind of the next generation. But with that comes ways of doing things. And it's interesting, as schools mature, those ways of doing things, one generally sees an improvement, an incremental improvement. Schools where there is high turnover, big change, they often have to reset that maturity, and they go back to, does this work, doesn't it? And then they start to build up that kind of cycle of improvement, continuous improvement, incremental improvement. We'd like to think that having staff with legacy, long tenure, is a good thing, as well as youthful staff that come in that add kind of that balance, new ideas, new energy, challenging and bringing forward to the table. Could this be improved in different ways? So want to recognise those staff who've been here a long time and were recognised last Friday. We're grateful for their service to Warwick Academy. We think they're a massive part of where our school trajectory is heading. I want to highlight Shelley Grace because Shelley, whilst it wasn't a milestone year, is hitting a big year. This is her 47th year at Warwick Academy, and she'll be retiring at the end of this year. And Shelley carries with her a great legacy. She also has an amazing memory when it comes to names, having taught many of the students' parents and in some cases their grandparents, and understanding kind of legacy, relationships, family and community is a big part of Shelley's role in the school. So she's been hugely valuable and I think has made a massive impact on many Warwick Academy students that have come through the school. Very grateful for Shelley's input and history at Warwick Academy. We're going to be celebrating Shelley in the run-up to the end of term. And I'll just remind you that we have on the 30th of May, we've got our graceful farewell, Shelley's farewell concert. It's going to be a beautiful music concert. It's going to have a large number of Warwick Academy alumni participating. They're coming in, some from overseas, a lot locally. And we're going to be sharing music, fun and laughter with you. I really hope you'll be able to attend. The tickets are on sale on PTix. They're $85 and include a few things that come with that. In particular, the money that Shelley's raising out of this event is going to go towards the kind of pre-planning and planning for what potentially is going to be a new music drama kind of wing, an improvement to the school, and Shelley would very much like us to go towards that. So that's a little comment on legacy, our long service awards. Thank you to those teachers, and also Shelley in 47 years of history at Warwick Academy. We also started working on our new strategic plan. You may remember this, the way forward. This is now kind of just past its sell-by date. It's just over 5 years, and this early in January, actually, we started the conversation on the board level, governor level, as to kind of, right, how are we going to start thinking about moving towards a new strategic plan? Now, we're very much in the throes of that. The strategic team is working through aspects of our plan that we want to keep from the previous plan that are still working in place, still to be developed. Also, new ideas. For instance, digital strategy. What's our whole school perspective on what students need to be doing in our school environment? How are we going to deliver that? And again, obviously looking at our 3 pillars, our curriculum pillar, our pastoral pillar, and our co-curricular pillar. And that is going to take place over the next several months. We'd like to be in a position to share more with parents come September, asking for your feedback. And really, we want to have our final product ready in January. That's the goal. A new strategic plan for Warwick Academy for the next 5 years. Yeah, finally, just a bit of a request. We are often on the lookout for staff accommodation. If you do, by any chance, have something that might be available, we are in particular very sensitive to where the price of accommodation, rentals have moved. And in particular, we're looking for those apartments that are in that sort of $2,000, $2,500 range. if you have any that are available or coming available in the next 3, 4, 5 months, it'd be great if you could let us know. We'd like to partner with you. To be straight, what we're facing is as the rising cost of accommodation is moving, it is becoming harder to accommodate teachers and ensure that their cost of living is manageable in Bermuda, as it is for many. This is just one aspect, I know, but just an appeal, if you do have any access to accommodation that might be coming available in the next 5 to 6 months, in that kind of $2,000, $2,500 range, please let us know. You can email me directly, or you can email Jill Finnegan, and we'll be able to then engage with you. Much appreciated. So have a good weekend. Hopefully it's a bit drier than it is at the moment, and we'll see you next week.